Here we are, Freddy Cook's International Soul Food Deviled Eggs. Welcome to the channel, everyone. We're going to jump right into it and crack these eggs. I'm not going to spend a lot of time talking about how to boil an egg, and you may be thinking, Fred, how hard is it to boil an egg? And the answer is not hard at all, but it can go wrong. For instance, if you don't cook the eggs long enough, then you're going to have a soft, runny yolk, and you can't make deviled eggs with a soft, runny yolk. Actually, you can, but I don't want them. And if you boil them too long, then they're going to be green. You're going to have a green yolk, and that's not cute. So we're looking for somewhere in the middle, about 10 to 12 minute cook time. And if you transfer your egg to a bowl of ice water after that 10 to 12 minutes and let them sit for about 10 minutes, then you're going to have eggs that are more easily peeled. Now these, I didn't really follow the whole ice bath method, but they're not too bad. And if you happen to, have some trouble with your eggs, you can get a spoon, like I'm doing, like so, and slide it under the yolk. Not the yolk, slide it under the shell, and it may help you peel if you're having trouble. Moving right along, we're going to split these eggs in half, and woo, look at it, ain't that pretty? Yes, we're going for a bright yellow yolk. I almost cooked these bad boys too long, but still pretty, still nice and yellow. And I'll show you another one just for good measure. Should look the same, yes. All right, so now we're just going to empty the yolks into a bowl, and it should come out really easy. You don't have to worry about cleaning it completely. As long as you get most of the yolk, basically it should fall right out if we did it right. Empty these into a bowl. This recipe is going to make 24 deviled eggs, which means you're going to need 12 whole eggs. Okay? So after we empty all of these 12 into a bowl, then we're just going to chop up and season and stuff the eggs. It's just that simple. So simple. Such a simple recipe. If you catch me tomorrow, which will be November the 2nd, you'll have a written recipe in the link below, or in the description below, in the box below, whatever you want to call it. So we're just going to stir up and chop up the egg yolk, and now we're going to add 2 heaping spoons, 2 heaping teaspoons. Just get a regular spoon. You don't even have to worry about messing up dishes, getting a measuring cup. Just get your regular spoon. And when I say heaping, I mean dig in the mayo. Not necessarily leveled out, but just dig in there and get you a heaping teaspoon and pour it in there. So that's 3 heaping teaspoons of mayo, 1 heaping teaspoon of pickled relish, 1 teaspoon of mustard, 1 teaspoon, just not too much, just a teaspoon of sugar. We're gonna do a half teaspoon of salt. We're gonna do a half teaspoon of Cajun seasoning. And I was running out. I actually put the rest I've had in there. That's a little too much, really. It just should be a half, but that was a finish. I just finished the jar off because that's all I had. Anyways, we're gonna do a half teaspoon of garlic. I know that's not a half teaspoon. As a matter of fact, I have 28 eggs. Never mind that. This recipe is for, that I'm telling you, is for 12 eggs, which makes 24 deviled eggs. Half teaspoon of garlic, half teaspoon of onion powder. Do as I say and not as I do. Now stir all this together. You're going to see here later that I'm going to add another teaspoon or so of mayo. You don't need that. I actually did too much. Really, my filling was a lot wetter or more moist than I really wanted. I really like my deviled eggs to be smooth, and you don't need the extra mayo that I just put in there. Like I said, you're going to need 3 heaping teaspoons of mayo, no more, for 12 eggs. And as you can see, it is a little, no harm done. I just normally like mine a little less wet than this, but okay, moving right along. Do as I say, not as I do. I'll give you the recipe below. We're going to add 2 tablespoons of red bell pepper, a heaping tablespoon of onion. That is going to be white onion or yellow onion. I prefer white onion, sweet onion for this recipe. And that is it. Nothing special. This is it. But so much flavor with what we just put in there. Stir it all around. And get you a spatula if you can, like so. That way you can get all of your filling from around the bowl and fold it over like so. And you're also going to need to get you either a Ziploc bag, unless you have a clean piping bag that you would normally pipe out frosting. But if you don't have a piping bag, get a normal Ziploc bag. It can be a cheap bag, don't matter. Because we are going to cut a corner off of this bag, about not even a half inch off the corner of a bag, and you're going to fill that bag with your filling. Now I'm just using an old big candle holder. You can use a big vase or jar, whatever you can find, if you want to have assistance in holding up the bag while you fill it, but you don't need to do that. This is just what I'm doing. So we're going to fill this bag with the filling. The only thing I want to mention here is just make sure you don't cut the corner of your bag too big, because we only need to squirt it out. It needs to squirt out, not foul out or pour out. Just a small cut in the corner of your bag will do it. And now we are ready to fill our eggs. This is it, y'all. Only thing we're going to do now is top the eggs with bacon, red bell pepper, and green onion. And yeah, we're done. I think I cut my bag too big. I think I ended up cutting another hole on the other side. But like I said, don't cut the hole too big and you won't have any problems. So we got our homemade piping bag that squirts out, should squirt out like that. And after I readjusted my hole, I am filling the eggs. See, if this filling was not as wet, I should say, or how should I say, a little bit more smooth. Basically, if I didn't add that other mayo that I shouldn't have added, it would have come out a little bit more smooth. You'll be able to shape the filling more in the eggs. That's how I normally like it. Like I said, this still is delicious, still going to be great. Just a little outside of my preference, but you may like yours more on the moist side. So, that's preference, a matter of preference, if you want to use more mayo. All right, I feel like I'm talking way too much here, but we're almost done. We're filling the eggs, and I am not going to cut this because that is pretty filling to see every last one of those eggs filled. We're topping them with red bell pepper, you know, I don't know if this is anything different than you do. If you make deviled eggs, if you know how to make deviled eggs, then do you make your deviled eggs this way? I don't even know how other people make their deviled eggs. I don't even know how I know how to make deviled eggs. This is just how I've always done it. The first time I tried it, I basically make it the same way as I make potato salad, but just use egg yolks instead of potatoes. And I do add celery to my potato salad, but that's a whole nother story. So after we complete this process of adding chopped red bell pepper, we're going to add bacon and green onion and chili powder. You can use cayenne. You can also use paprika. Most people use paprika. You can do smoked paprika, which paprika don't really have any flavor or any taste at all. Smoked paprika does give it a smokiness, but I decided to use, in this case, chili powder, and sometimes I use cayenne pepper. But we're adding the bacon as like so. And here is the chili powder, or you can do cayenne or paprika. We've already discussed that. Guess what? That's it. Nothing more, nothing less. It is what it is. It's a delicious deviled egg. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you've enjoyed it. Please like, comment, subscribe, and share. I love you, love you, love you, love you, love you a long time. Thank you for watching Freddie Cooks International Soul Food. Until next time.